Dream has had countless near-death experiences throughout all his manhunts. Some moments were due to the hunter's pressure, and others were at the hands of Dream himself. In fact, from the 2 hunters manhunt all the way to present day, Dream has been on 1 heart or less 74 times. The first major near-death experience Dream has encountered was all the way back in the 2 hunters manhunt. As Dream makes his way back to the portal, George is there waiting to kill him. The two go head to head as George surprisingly messes Dream up, so he retreats, but is eventually cornered. In a split second, Dream throws a pearl back to the portal, duking George in the process. As Dream enters the overworld, Sapnap now begins to attack Dream. Luckily though, Dream created a path before he entered the nether just in case this exact scenario happened. Dream then manages to escape on low health. Later on, Dream is in a snow biome being hunted down by both the hunters. Eventually, Dream gets to a point where he has no food and is low hearts wise. Funnily enough, Sapnap starts begging George to drop some food for him as Sapnap was getting low. So George attempts to drop a piece of cooked pork chop. However, Dream manages to pick it up as he quickly consumes it. This single piece of pork was then enough to allow Dream to finish off both the hunters. Hopping over to the 3 hunters rematch, I want to talk about the entire first chase. Dream is being pressured hard for 9 minutes straight as the hunters give him little to no room to breathe. Some key moments in these 9 minutes is firstly when Dream is forced to build on top of a tree. Eventually, the hunters get distracted, so Dream takes a risky jump as he lands in the water. This whole chase just showcases Dream's ability to get out of near impossible situations. Shortly after this, Dream experiences his most near-death moment yet during the jungle chase scene. You see, jungles are incredibly annoying to navigate due to the hundreds of vines in your way. Pair this with 3 angry hunters trying to kill you, traversing through the jungle is not an easy task. There is one moment in particular where Dream really should have died though. Whilst in the water, the hunters bring him down to half a heart. Somehow, they don't end up killing Dream despite his low health. This was nothing short of terrifying. Later in the video, Dream is being hunted again as the hunters bring him down to 1 heart. With literally no other way to survive, Dream hides behind a tree as he drinks a fire resistance potion. By some miracle, the hunters believe this to be a strength potion, making them run in the opposite direction. You see, strength potions are genuinely overpowered in the right hands, so it is no wonder the hunters were horrified of Dream. Early in the 3 hunters finale, Dream is suddenly put to low health, forcing him to retreat. They soon run into a village as Dream just dodges George's sword as he builds up high. This gives Dream time to eat and then get some revenge as he wipes out all 3 hunters with ease. Later in the nether, Dream is in an intense battle with the hunters. In the heat of the moment, Dream manages to hit a piglin, which as we all know is a terrible idea. So not only does Dream have to take out the hunters, but he has a mob of angry piglins to evade also. Eventually he kills the hunters though, as he attempts to find his portal located in the lava. But due to the angry piglins, Dream gets trapped in a small hole with several of them. However, after careful use of his sword and shield, he manages to kill them all as he lives on half a heart. Whilst in the fortress, Dream gets forced to make a risky jump in the nether, bringing him to low health. Shortly after, he is spotted again as he is chased through the fortress. As he begins towering up, a wither skeleton hits Dream, which puts him in a really bad situation. Luckily though, Dream gets an easy hit on George, knocking him into the lava. That just leaves Sapnap as he is eventually cornered by 2 wither skeletons. Dream laughs at Sapnap as he is killed shortly after. Directly after Dream's famous horse MLG, he is on the run as he hops on top of a villager's house. With the hunters surrounding him, they all take turns trying to reach him, but he keeps them away using his crossbow. Eventually, Bad knocks Dream off, which sparks a 6 minute and 30-second intense chase. Eventually, Dream's PvP skills overwhelm the hunters as he takes them all out. At the very end of the video, almost all of Dream's armor is destroyed, so Bad takes the opportunity to kill Dream. After Bad wins a few sword exchanges, Dream was forced to run as he has one final trick up his sleeve. After luring Bad to the edge, he jumps off, pels behind Bad, and knocks him off. Dream wasn't going to beat Bad in traditional PvP here, so this was pretty damn clutch. A bit into the 3 hunters grand finale, Dream is spotted in a mine shaft. After escaping the hunters, a creeper decides to drop on top of Dream's head. Dream lives, but it isn't over yet as Sapnap spots Dream. This forces him to retreat however as he begins mining his way out of the cave. When in the nether fortress, Dream finds all 3 hunters hiding in a wall. An intense chase ensues as Dream gets really low multiple times. After taking a risk killing George, Dream realizes he is low as he begins his escape. He soon jumps off the fortress as he pels away only inches from hitting the lava below him. During the 4 hunters manhunt, Dream was being chased with little to no gear on him. Eventually, he reaches a mountain peak as he is forced to boat MLG. Sapnap follows him as Dream Dream swiftly takes him out. On only one heart, Dream is being chased down by both Bad and Antfrost. He then builds up to regen some hearts until he secretly boats back down and takes out both Bad and Ant. While sitting in his tower, Dream gets sniped off by George as Sapnap tries to finish him. Behind Sapnap though was hot lava, so Dream uses it to kill him. George then engages on Dream, so he is forced to build back up. For the pain George caused Dream, he uses a fishing rod to pull him into a pit of lava. In the end fight, Dream was getting chased down by Enderman and the Hunters. With his bed in hand, he attempts to explode everyone, but his plans fail majorly. With low health, he is forced to water emoji and make his escape. After being forced out a ravine in the 4 Hunters finale, Dream is on low health and saturation, meaning he can't sprint. Bad then finds Dream above as he engages in battle. The two exchange hits, and Dream eventually comes out on top. He then takes some food as he makes his escape. Directly after this, George manages to get Dream to half a heart. With Dream being low, any mistakes he makes would cost him his life. Dream reaches the end of a cliff however, so he quickly builds up as he dodges Sapnap's hit. He then proceeds to ladder emoji and avoid the Hunters entirely. Not long after this, Dream is surrounded by the Hunters as Dream somehow one-shots Bad. With George and Sapnap on his tail, Dream spots an opportunity to escape. With one risky jump, he lands on a cobweb, but a creeper decides to have one last shot. It explodes, but Dream luckily lives on one heart. During the first chase in the 4 Hunters finale rematch, Antfrost was the final hunter remaining as they begin a 1v1 with Dream on low health. Even taking into account Dream's current health situation though, he manages to kill Antfrost as he heads directly into a cave. Whilst on the run again, Dream fails to water MLG in a ravine. Then, the Hunters will whip out their bows and begin shooting Dream. Eventually, his shield breaks, which forces him to retreat. With only 3 hearts, he manages to escape as he mines away. Whilst in the nether, Dream eventually runs out of food as he is forced to acquire blaze rods with half a heart. After being incredibly cautious, he gets the job done and manages to craft some mushroom stew. One could say this is Dream's most near-death experience to this day. In one of the final chases of the video, Dream is being hunted with only half a heart and raw mutton. At one point, Bad is literally inches away from killing Dream. However, after gaining some distance, Dream quickly cooks up some food as the Hunters lose sight of him. In the 4 Hunters grand finale, Dream puts himself in a really bad situation. He is eventually cornered by both a piglin and a hoglin. Dream is then brought to half a heart as he barely makes away with his life. Shortly after, Dream is being chased down by the Hunters. You see, this manhunt, Dream introduced a new MLG, that being with the scaffold. Whilst on low health, he attempts it, but unfortunately fails. With no options left, he is then forced to attempt it one final time. Dream successfully pulls it off however, as he manages to survive. In the original 5 Hunters, Dream steals Sapnap's axe with the fishing rod. Then, Dream uses the fishing rod on Sapnap as he takes some full damage. Dream then makes a bad decision as he follows Sapnap down, taking massive damage. Whilst trying to retreat, he attempts to wall run, but fails. Luckily, the Hunters didn't pursue him as he makes his escape. Early into the next manhunt, Dream is chased by all 5 Hunters with only a shield and axe. On top of this, Dream was one crit away from being killed practically the entire time. There was no tricks here, no traps or nothing, just pure PvP. Dream single-handedly wipes out all 5 Hunters one by one. This is easily one of Dream's greatest PvP moments of all time. In the nether, Dream was being chased like usual as he begins speed bridging. Then, with one big jump, he block clutches on half a heart. If Dream placed the block one more lower, he was most likely dead. I don't think Dream would have taken this jump if he knew how much damage he was going to take. Remember Dream's flying machine play in the end? Well, Dream put himself in a near-death situation here as he actually shoots his own boat. Dream then realizes what he has done as he begins attempting to place his boat back down. He luckily does, as this could have turned into a deadly outcome. During the first cave chase in the 5 Hunters finale, Dream is put to low health as he is forced to head towards a dead end. In quick fashion, Dream places blocks all around him in an attempt to survive. Unfortunately, Dream's pickaxe breaks, which essentially leaves him helpless. Luckily, Sapnap lets him out as Dream goes on a rampage. He eventually wipes them all out, even though he was put to such low health. When Dream enters the nether, he takes a wrong step as he begins falling. In a split second, he grabs his hay bales as he MLGs. Considering Dream was on 8.5 hearts here, he would have most likely died, so this was pretty scary. Shortly after this, Sapnap challenges Dream to a 1v1, so he accepts. In the end, Dream gets absolutely destroyed as he runs away on half a heart. Eventually, Sapnap corners him as Dream staircase bridges and then proceeds to boat clutch away. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's manhunt discussion. Peace.